I don't believe in living paycheck to paycheck. And lifestyle creeping, in case persons may be asking, is when you start earning more money, you start spending more money.
Correct. Today, we're joined by a serial entrepreneur, a wife, a mom, and 2017 CEO of the Year, all rolled into one powerhouse package.
Entrepreneurship, you have to have a lot of grit. And I'm a true believer of you jump out the window and you grow wings on the way down. Because it's never gonna be perfect. You're never gonna have a perfect situation. But you just find a way.
Fear of failure
Yeah.
that keeps you from doing what you believe is something that can be viable,
Because there's no such thing as failure, only if you give up, right?
Right.
You cannot fail if you keep moving
trying.
forward. Don't lose sight of the goal. If plan A didn't work, go to plan B. But don't lose sight of the goal.
Lisanne Hamilton is the founder and CEO of Madison Chai, a forward-thinking company that delivers modern, high-quality finishing and design solutions for corporate, institutional, and home office environments across Jamaica. Hi, Lisanne.
Hi, Isha.
Welcome to Proven Pulse, and thank you so much for joining us on this podcast.
Thank you for having me. I'm very honored to be here.
Yes, I'm really excited to hear more about Madison Chai. Love the name, by the way. Tell me, how did this start? How did your business start?
All right, so going back to 2021,
Yeah.
exactly 1 year after my second child,
Okay.
um, it was COVID, and my family business, the stationery center, which supplied stationery to schools, corporate offices. It was a very difficult time because schools were closed and offices were closed. So we saw the need to pivot. And that's how Madison Chai was born. We saw a niche market where office furniture was pretty mundane, pretty boring. And we said, why not go into office furniture with a contemporary twist? And that's how it was. That's how it started, because the stationery center did sell office furniture retail.
Yeah.
But we decided not only are we going to do retail, we're going to do projects, large corporate spaces.
That's interesting. So you basically took a very difficult situation and found an opportunity out of that, right?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the mindset that takes, because you're in the middle of a pandemic, your business is not doing well, and yet still you're saying, okay, let me jump headfirst into something very different, something innovative, pushing the boundaries.
Yeah. So, entrepreneurship, you have to have a lot of grit. And I'm a true believer of you jump out the window and you grow wings on the way down, because it's never going to be perfect. You're never going to have a perfect situation. And I mean, we just had to do what we had to do and just started the business with faith,
Yes.
knowing that the market was there as well. We looked at our competitors and our future competitors, who they were, and decided, okay, we have a niche market here. Let's just try it and go for it. Um, Entrepreneurship, though, is a roller coaster. It's an emotional roller coaster, right? Some days you're going to be, wow, I'm really great at this. Sales are coming in. And then some months and some days you're like, oh my gosh, how am I going to meet payroll, right? As an example. But you just find a way. That mindset, you just have to know that it will work out, or if it doesn't work out, that doesn't mean you failed. You just have to pick yourself back up and try again, right? So
That's good
yeah, you
advice.
have to have a
That's
lot of
great
grit.
advice. That's great advice, because, a lot of people, it's the fear. It's the
Mm.
fear of failure
Yeah.
that keeps you from doing what you believe is something that can be viable.
Mhm.
Um, Madison Chai, I'm going back to the name.
Okay.
How did you guys come up with that name? How did you come up with that name?
All right. So my daughter's name is Chai,
Yes.
which is actually my maiden name. I named her after my maiden
Okay.
name. And then my business partner's daughter's name is Madison. So we put the two together because we wanted to show our girls that we can, as women, you can build something out of nothing. And it's really a legacy company, a legacy brand for our kids. I don't know what our sons are going to say, because we haven't come up with a name for the sons yet, because both of us have sons. Yeah, so we need to think of something quickly for the boys. But that's how the name came about, building a legacy brand for our girls so that they know they can do anything that they put their mind to. Build something out of nothing, out of an idea in your head. Yeah.
Okay. And you guys tell them this?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
And they
Are they
understand.
involved in the business at all?
Well, Chai is 7,
Yeah.
so she really can't
Can't
be too
be.
involved.
Okay.
She was involved in a photo shoot where we put her in a little business suit.
Yes.
Madison has helped in the summer in terms of some of our marketing. So yeah, we
Yes.
and as Chai grows up, I'm going to get her more involved. Yeah.
Absolutely, because it's critical for them to be a part of it and see it and feel. That's how you tell me about how you were integrated in your family business.
Oh,
Because
so
you
that's a
spoke
very
about your
interesting
family
story.
business. Yes.
Yes. So I don't know if I can talk about child labor in public. But- so when the stationery center was started, I was 7 or 8.
Yeah.
And my dad, we had to make, I don't know if you know, desk pads, because that was like way back in 1988, these desk pads. So we would manufacture them at home.
All right.
So myself and my brother, we'd have the material and make these desk pads. That we started in our home, where our warehouse was in the back of the house until it moved into our bedrooms. And I started in the warehouse. I used to pack the shelves, climb the shelves, pack boxes, pack out the goods. How I learned how to drive was driving the van and with the poor barrel.
Not at 8.
No, not
I'm
at 8.
just
This was
kidding.
when I was older.
Just
This was when
kidding.
I was older. But how I learned to drive was driving the panel van downtown
Mm-hmm.
with the poor barrel. I don't know how my father subjected to that. But yeah, that's how I learned how to drive. So I was brought up in the business. I used to do the invoicing when we finally got a computer. I used to do the billing. I used to drive and deliver goods in the warehouse. Yeah, I did quite a few things.
What were the life lessons that you learned from that? From starting so early, from being involved so early?
Work ethic.
Work ethic.
Especially in this day and age with social media, making entrepreneurship look so sexy and
Uh-huh.
makes it look like an overnight success. It's not.
No.
It takes a lot of late nights, a lot of early mornings. You're going to have a lot of disappointments, but you just have to work through it and just know your end goal. Because there's no such
Right.
thing as failure, only if you give up, right?
Right, right.
You cannot fail if you keep moving
trying.
forward. If plan A didn't work, don't lose sight of the goal. If plan A didn't work, go to plan B, but don't lose sight of the goal. And a big example was in Hurricane Ivan. At the back of our building, the gully wall had broken away,
Mhm.
and the earth eroded below our building. And the security guard, I will not forget, he said he just heard whoosh. The flooring in our building with all our goods had washed away in the gully. And
This was the
this is
family
the family
business.
business,
Right.
yeah. I don't remember when Hurricane Ivan was, but it was like in the 2000s.
Yeah, it was early 2000s.
And we had our team and our family, we had to get together, move out what we could salvage into another unit that was available. And I remember my parents could have given up. My parents could have said, "Oh, woe is me. Our business, we've lost all our goods." But no, they picked themselves up and did what they had to do to get the business going again. And so did the team.
Right.
Because the team,
They
the loyalty, man.
yes. Yeah.
I
When
will
you
never
show them
forget.
that, they will follow. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's a lot of lessons I learned throughout the family business. So many, from the early days of me being a child, doing warehousing, to growing older, getting my license, doing deliveries with the barrel, then Hurricane Ivan, and yeah, it's just a lot. The work ethic and just never giving up. Yeah.
Great advice because I know that it's not all shiny and and
Yeah.
sunshiny as it seems, or as people seem. Leave your day job and go out there and start your own business. Yes, there are upsides, but there are also downsides, and you have to have a certain mindset.
Yeah.
I'm going to take you back around to the point of you saying that you had to make these desk pads yourself,
Mhm.
because I have interacted with you where I've seen you take up a drill
Yep.
and put up shelving yourself. And how does that translate into the type of leader you are?
Yeah.
you seem to be very hands-on, is what I'm really seeing.
Yes. So I definitely believe as a leader, you should be a generalist, not a specialist. And what I mean by that is you should be able to understand marketing, you should be able to understand leadership, the HR, everything. You have to have an understanding, but not a deep dive, right? That day when you saw me take out the drill, our guys, I think they had to go to the country for a delivery and I didn't have anybody to send. So I called my mom and I was like, Mom, we have a project.
I was so impressed. I was like, wow. And your
Yeah.
mom
Yeah,
was
she's
just,
very hands-on
she
at
was
60 odd, right?
Yes, yes, telling you it's not straight, drill this,
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, so I believe in being hands-on and not having your team, like just not, you lead by example, right? Not staying in your ivory tower and say, oh, do this, do that. I'm not that type of leader. I believe in coaching my team to be the most productive, competent people that they can be.
Right.
And yeah, so you'll see me with a drill sometimes. Sometimes we have a project and maybe we've had delays. I'm helping the team sweep up, cleaning up, wiping down the furniture,
Absolutely.
right? Because it makes them look up to you and know that you will be there with them during the hard times, during the good times.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm sure you inspire their loyalty and their trust by just showing up for them, as you said, in all moments.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
So tell me something. If you could have done one thing differently in your entrepreneurial or business journey, what would that be?
That's a very, very good question. I would have started earlier, and I'm going to explain why. So, when you go to university, you go to high school, they teach you these things like, oh, you have to go and get a good job. So I was striving for that. I was striving to get a good job. Even though I had the family business, I was like, oh, I need to be a big executive. I want to walk in heels on Wall Street. That was like my goal, right? And so I studied, I actually have a CPA.
Oh,
So I went and did marketing, fell in love with accounting. Yeah, I kind of showcasing my nerdy ways, but yeah, fell in love with accounting and decided when I came back home to Jamaica, I would get the CPA or ACCA.
okay.
So I did that and I went to an auditing firm and I worked there for literally 2 months and realized this is not what I want to do. I don't want to work and just do accounting, or even I had a bachelor's in marketing too. I don't want to just do marketing either. I want the full spectrum. So I was bored pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
So I went back to the family business and built it,
Right.
diversified revenue streams, built systems. And that's where I found my love, especially in dealing with people, because I love dealing with people.
Okay. I
I
was just going to
love
ask you, what's your
people.
passion? What is driving you?
I love people and especially uplifting others. So, like my team, some of them don't come from the greatest communities. And I just like being that person who is going to help uplift them. So, if they come to me, like if they just start working with me, when they leave the company, they should be at a much higher level,
We're aligned there.
right?
Growth.
Growth, very
So,
important, because
yes.
think about the impact that you have as a leader with your team. They have to finance their family. They have to put food on the table.
Yeah.
So can you imagine if you take them from pretty much nothing in a very low position and they move up through the company and they get promoted until one day they go leave for a bigger opportunity or to start their own business? That affects an entire family, not just that person.
Yes.
So I strongly believe in that. That's how we can impact our community.
Okay, so you would have started earlier.
I would have started earlier.
Yeah. So
But-
those 2 months, you did start pretty early in terms of going into the family business.
I
But as you
did,
said,
but-
you went through a path that you
Yeah.
thought was the traditional path.
Right. So
Right.
actually, I did start kind of late because a lot of people don't know this about me. But at 16, I went to pilot school thinking I wanted to be a pilot.
Okay.
So that's why I said I graduated from university when I was in my 20s. Like,
Okay.
and if I had followed the path of, I want to be an entrepreneur from the beginning, I would have started much earlier, at least 5 years earlier. But in hindsight, learning accounting and learning marketing in what I do now, it when I connect the dots, I need it.
Yes.
I think every business owner should understand accounting. You need to know your financial
You
statements,
need
right?
to know your financial
Yeah.
statements. And we're talking financial statements. We're talking you're not in the business. Yes, you love the business and
Yeah.
you love to create spaces and furniture and outfit things differently, but ultimately you want to make money, right?
Yeah, we'll have, yeah.
And so what I want to find out from you, I want you to share with your audience as an entrepreneur, as you grow your business, as you create wealth.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me some of the strategies that you have used to ensure that you maintain and even grow this wealth outside of just what is being made through the business.
Right. Okay. So, with regards to generating wealth, I believe in investing in certain vehicles. So, I believe the business provides the cash flow,
Mm-hmm.
and that cash flow allows you to invest in real estate
Mm-hmm.
and invest in other ways. I personally like index funds and ETFs and real estate.
Can you tell the audience what ETFs are?
All right. So it's a fund, pretty much,
Right.
and that can be traded.
Right.
Right. So it's similar to an index fund, but index fund cannot be traded. The ETF can
Can
be
be
traded.
traded.
Right.
Okay.
I do like, well, when I graduated from university and got my first paycheck, I went and bought NCB stocks and RJR stocks at the time.
Equities market.
Yeah, so I invested in equities, not knowing anything about equities. I just, on TV, you see these things. So I grew up in a family that invests, especially with regards to my dad. He's a big equities person. My mom is more bonds. But I grew up in that family where investing and paying yourself first is most important and being humble. So I'm the type of person, I strongly believe, I guess, based on my parents and how they brought me up, but Warren Buffett's way, where the lifestyle creep, I'm not into lifestyle creep. I could earn billions of dollars, I'll probably live in the same house, right?
Yay.
Because I don't believe in living paycheck to paycheck. And lifestyle creep, in case persons may be asking, is when you start earning more money, you start spending more money.
Correct. And you live and it creeps past
It
what
creeps.
you make to
Yes.
your lifestyle. You can't keep up with your lifestyle.
Right. Because you're buying liabilities, probably. You're going to probably buy a car,
Yes.
a more expensive car, and therefore you're going to have a higher car payment.
Yep.
You may go and buy a bigger house,
Mhm.
and then you have a higher mortgage, and then you have higher maintenance, right? So lifestyle creep is very important to be cognitive of, because you need to save money for the
Mhm.
future and in order to build wealth.
Exactly.
Especially if you want freedom, which is something that I definitely want. I want to be able to say, hey, family, let's go to Paris for a month and just be there and live and, have fun
Right.
and
And
relax.
financial freedom
Yeah.
is something that a lot of persons want. It's a buzzword.
Yeah.
But you have to be disciplined in order to get there. It's just not going to happen. It's not
No.
like, ooh, I'm going to be financially free. It's going to take discipline. It's going to take sacrifice. It's going to take smart investing, being strategic.
Yep.
And you're showing us that it can be done, right? There are going to
Definitely.
be hard times. There are going to be great times, but you pushing through because you have that ultimate goal.
Right.
You want to say, I'm working because I want to, not because I have to.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely. And the thing is that what I want to touch on here is, in terms of investments and in terms of business, you have to continue learning. The learning doesn't end when you end high school or when you graduate from university. You have to always be learning. So I have a default diary where every morning for half an hour, I read a book. So I read 2 books a month,
Really?
whether it's business, whether it's wealth building, or just something like, I love Dale Carnegie, and right now I'm reading How to Win Friends and Influence People
Mm-hmm.
for the second time, because when I read it when I was in my 20s, is that I'm a different
You're
person
different,
now. I see
different
from a
perspective,
different perspective, right?
different lens.
So in order to really grow as a person, you have to continue the learning, and there's so much information out there on YouTube.
Absolutely.
I learn a lot on YouTube.
Absolutely. It doesn't end.
No, it does not end.
Continuous. So my word is Kaizen.
Yes,
that word?
never ending improvement is
Never
Japanese,
ending.
right?
It is never ending improvement. And I believe if we live in that space, then you don't feel like you always have to show up perfect,
No.
because you know that there's always room for improvement and you're on a journey.
It's a journey. And although I'm not a big Miley Cyrus fan, but do you know her song "The Climb"?
Yes.
Yes. So it's about the climb, because you cannot chase success, right?
Yeah.
And you have to become the person that success is attracted to. So you have to continue
I
learning,
love that. You have to become the person that success is attracted to.
because you cannot chase success.
Yeah.
You just have to become the person and take action. Yeah.
Okay. So, if you had to give one piece of advice to that entrepreneur that's thinking, should I step out there?
Mm-hmm.
Should I get past my fear? What would you tell them?
All right. I would tell them first, if you have a monthly income, like let's say a corporate job, keep it still and test. Test the market first, because you don't want to give up your corporate job for something that maybe you don't, if it's really going to work.
Yeah.
Right? So I would say test it first. And as you grow, once that's, let's say it's a side hustle,
Yes.
right? It's a side hustle.
Mm-hmm.
Once that side hustle is paying you more than your job, then you can maybe quit the job, or you hire somebody to deal with the side hustle, like an admin person or a customer rep, right? So I definitely don't think you should leave that yet, because you might find yourself in some financial trouble.
So you're saying be strategic.
Be strategic.
Yeah, because it's not let me get up and leave my job because I have a dream. It's great to dream and have a vision, but you have to be strategic about how you execute.
Right.
Right?
And you have to have a plan.
And
planning is so important.
There you go. That's what I think.
Yeah.
I think a lot of persons out there, when they're ready to start, have a plan. It just can't be a vision, because we're creative people. So we know what we want, but you have to know how you at least have an idea. You may not know every single step of how you want to get there.
Yeah. And then I would also tell them, because in your environment, you're going to have persons who are going to say, oh, you can't do that. You can't, my parents had that. You can't do that. It's not going to work, etc. If they're friends and family, just spend less time with them. If this is really something you want to do, don't make somebody who can't do it themselves tell you that you can't do it. Right? It's because they can't do it why they're telling you that. But you know within yourself you can do it, and you will push through whatever issues, any challenges you'll still push through. Go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Right?
So don't let the naysayers win.
No, don't. Because then you're not going to live out your passion at all.
Love it.
Right?
So Lisanne, thanks so much for sharing so much insight about your business and yourself. We just want to head into a segment where our viewers can get to know just a little bit more about you in a short pulse check session.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you a question and you're going to just respond with one word.
Okay.
Describe your brand.
Innovative.
A lesson you learned from last year.
Not in one word, right?
And one word.
Personal development.
Go. Your current mindset.
Positive.
Awesome. Now we're going to go on to our proven picks.
Okay.
What's your favorite phone app?
My favorite phone app?
Yes.
Habit Tracker.
Habit Tracker.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. Why?
I don't know if you've read the book Atomic Habits.
Yes.
Yes. So I downloaded a habit tracker. So I'm going to try and do a new habit every quarter, a positive habit, right? So that's what I use.
Habit Tracker.
Yes.
Cool. Your go-to Kingston lunch spot.
Oh my gosh, that's a hard one. Hard. I'm a big sushi fan. So East Japanese.
East Japanese. Your favorite book or podcast?
All right. My favorite podcast right now is Hello 7 with Rachel Rogers.
Okay.
My favorite book, oh my gosh, it might be, I think it's Atomic Habits, just like what I mentioned before. Yeah.
So your book and your app line up.
Yeah, habits.
Okay.
Because you don't grow to your goals, you fall to your systems. So that's very important. Yeah.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. Okay, we're going into this or that.
Sounds
Early
serious.
bird or night owl?
Early bird for sure. I wake up at 5 o'clock every morning.
Okay.
Early
Your
bird.
day started.
Yeah.
Okay. DIY or call in the professionals? I think
Call in the professionals. And I'll tell you why. I will probably take hours to do something that maybe somebody else, the professional or expert, will take a couple of minutes to do. Those hours could be spent on ideas, creativity to generate more revenue for our business, for more strategic growth. And that's why I call in
this
the expert.
lady, yeah.
Right. Because my time is very valuable.
Mhm.
Right? Yeah.
Time is
So I
money.
leverage people. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. iPhone or Android?
iPhone for sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Commercial or residential?
Commercial.
All right, thanks for sharing.
No problem.
I want to close off by just asking you, what do you see in the future for Madison Chai and for yourself?
All right. For Madison Chai, I definitely see us as a commercial interiors partner for architects and designers globally. I don't know if you know, but we're now on Amazon.
No, I didn't know that.
Yes, so we're now on Amazon. So, because of the contemporary twist, modern feel of our furniture, we want to take that on a larger scale.
Okay.
So, we'll focus on projects and then retail on Amazon.
On Amazon.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I see for us because we don't.
And that's helping you with the global footprint.
Exactly.
Awesome.
And also just working with architects and designers globally, especially regionally, because we not only do office furniture, but we do hospitality furniture as well. So we just outfitted a
You
boutique
did a
hotel in
hotel.
Negril.
Yes, I saw that.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it's exciting stuff. So that's where I see us as the commercial interiors partner for the A&D community. And then for myself, I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I want to have many businesses. I'm a second generation business owner for Stationery Center. I'm one of the founders for Madison Chai. And well, I know the Amazon is a whole business on its own. And I think my next step is really to buy, build, and sell businesses. Maybe I keep some, maybe I sell some, exit some. Yeah,
Okay. Private equity, private capital.
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Good.
that's where my heart is as a generalist, as I told you before. Yeah, I love everything business.
I can tell.
Yeah, I'm very
I can
passionate
tell.
about
And your story is really inspiring, Lisanne. And thank you so much for sitting with me on Proven Pulse and
Thank you for
sharing.
having me. I'm very happy to be here to share. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning into this episode of Proven Pulse. Remember to like, share, and comment below and help us to grow this community of bold thinkers and innovative changers. Thank you so much, Lisanne, for joining us today. It was really insightful.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate being here.